What is going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. We're going to talk about the Ocucor. Now, this is one that I wholeheartedly was just like, why? Like, eye-rolling, why? Because when the augment for this thing came out in the last round of Nightwave, I really thought this was stupid. Because initially it didn't make sense. And maybe I'm just dumb, okay? Maybe I'm just horribly stupid. And yeah, you can say I got a Riven. We'll talk about it because it does help. But it's not a ton. Like, it'll take me over 100% with the tendrils. And we'll get there. But each target eliminated gives 20% of the Ocucor's magazine. So that's cool, right? So you've got ammo efficiency. Basically, you kill one enemy, you get 20% of your mag back. That was a big problem with this weapon because this weapon was just, it had really crappy base damage. It was just, I mean, fucking pure status. So having something that was pure status and just really, really crappy stats to boot just did not make the Ocucor very good. The unique trait about it, though, is that it creates up to 4 tendrils that you get. Each kill, you get a tendril, right? Now, if you run out of ammo, you reload, all of a sudden, tendrils go away. You have to start all over again. But this thing, as long as you have the tendrils active, the tendrils get a status and crit chance of 60% for each tendril active, right? So status chance and critical chance are increased by 60% for each tendril active. Now, I'm taking that as 60% of each of those per tendril, not stacking, because I think it would say stacking otherwise, and it acts as though it's not stacking, it's just applying that per tendril, which is fine. So basically you end up with 5 beams, but the cool part about it is that the tendrils attack anything close to the site, so you can be aimed at the floor and still be killing enemies because the tendrils will reach out and kill. The main beam won't. So ammo economy was a huge problem, killing people was a huge problem, and now it's not. Now, what does help this build quite a bit is critical chance, mag capacity, fire rate's kind of whatever. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's a beam weapon anyway, and it still has a fire rate of 13.2 or 13.82. But it's not even necessary. Like, you could put literally creeping bullseye and get almost those exact same stats, except this gives a fuck ton more mag. That's the only difference. But we're going to use this with Lavos specifically to not buff anything about the weapon. And just for, you know, we're not going to run a whole mission again, but just for the everything about this, I'm not running a cat, a hound. I'm literally running Carrier Prime with no weapon. So there's nothing here to buff this weapon whatsoever. I'm going to switch straight to the Ocucor. Now, if you get unlucky, like, the whole goal is to basically try to get headshots initially, because that's the best way that you're going to get kills. Because once you start getting kills, oh boy, does this baby just open up.
Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
You can see initially, that's not so good, right? But we're starting to get some more tendrils. Now we're starting to get our ammo back. And all of a sudden, we're killing a whole bunch of shit. So initially, you kind of have to prime them. Let the tick damage kick in, possibly use another weapon. Granted, I'm just running this thing completely solo by itself. But this thing is just an absolute goddamn ripper. And I know I'm like 7 or 8 fucking months behind the fucking times with the Ocucor, but that's because I literally looked at that fucking mod and was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, the ammo efficiency seemed fine, but it's like, is that really going to apply that much more killing power? And yeah, I'm doing a corrosive build, a corrosive, I believe, radiation build with this thing.
Prepare for life support.
I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong as shit, and damn, was I wrong as shit. Like, I would do a video on the Catabolist, but I've already been a firm believer of the Catabolist well before, like, a lot of people were just full ham on it. And before they nerfed down the interaction that they say wasn't supposed to be a thing, doing 5 million points of fucking damage. Hey, buddy. Doing 5 million points of damage just by throwing an empty mag at a motherfucker was a good time. So them taking that interaction out is disappointing because it really made the Catabolist just like this insane fucking weapon to use. But I do understand why they took it away. Bro, would you die? Thank you. Ocucor. Absolutely fucking stupid weapon. It's one of those, once you start stacking the kills and you have all 5 tendrils going, just don't reload the gun. Don't make the mistake of reloading the gun, because then you have to just restart the stacks all over again, and it becomes very problematic. Just curious, I think it was corrosive radiation I had it modded for. I'm almost positive. Yeah, corrosive heat radiation. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, not great damage, right? But just a few extra things in there. And like I said, creeping bullseye will literally give you almost the exact same stats minus the mag capacity. You know, it'll actually, like, if you look at creeping bullseye, okay, creeping bullseye gives you plus 200% critical chance, minus 20% fire rate, plus 229, minus 44. So you're actually going to lose 29.1% critical chance, but you're going to gain 24.8% fire rate. So I'm actually taking more of a hit on the fire rate by that gain of the critical chance, and you saw how much it doesn't make a difference. So creeping bullseye instead of the Riven, have a nice fucking day, go forth and kill people. It's a good time. It's a really, really, really good time. So just saying. So that's the Ocucor. Next we're going to get into the Zorus, because that is a good fucking time. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, all right?